Hey.
Yeah, Michael, you could have said something. What's good? Welcome welcome to Shakin Shit Up. I am Arami Williams, your friend for the evening, and I am excited about. This is only the second Shakin Shit Up, and I am so excited to have everybody here. What's up, cousin? My cousin is here from North Carolina. I see you, cuz. I see you. I see you, Andrew Briley. Hey, now let's shake some shit up. I feel you. So, shaking shit up is about creatives sharing their art, but at the same time, what are the messages coming out of that? So, my tagline is our voices, our messages, and we're going to have a great conversation this evening. Please hit the chat box, which if you're on YouTube, the chat box should be on your right. If you're on Facebook, the chat box might fall up underneath, but we're on both platforms. And just FYI, there may be a little delay in your chat messages coming across. Don't worry about it. Nobody thinks you're slow because you're responding a little late. No, we all know that it's technology and we can't control anything. And I think the technology gods are working on that right now as they see what's popping. But please let us know where you're tuning in from. And we're going to get this started. But I have to introduce to you these dope ass artists for tonight. What? In the building. I met this wonderful young lady a few months ago, and we talked, and her energy was great. And a couple weeks ago, she popped in my head specifically to be on the show. Her name is Arami Walker. Arami is a multi-dimensional artist and educator who intends to use the power of music, technology, and transformative practices to catalyze a shift in consciousness throughout the world. She is here to change your conscious mind. Welcome, Arami. Arami, there's three things that people should know about you. What would that be?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
3 things that people should know about you. What is that?
I really try and be intentional with my words, and I start with words when I create. So everything that I play kind of forms around the poetry. I'm really grateful for my parents, my sister, my family, and I've traveled to 14 countries studying music and poetry and dance and life.
So you are a dedicated global citizen who strives to contribute to thoughtful content in the form of music, books, and educational lectures. In the year of 2020, she intends to distribute her first music album, as well as launch a school of transformation she calls Pazzzify. Did I get that right?
Pazzzify.
I love it. Thank you, Arami, and thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. And this special gift and talent, Mr. Brian J. Evans, I don't know, popped up on my radar a couple years ago for showing out Black contemporary choreographers, a program of Central District Forum for Arts and Ideas, where I just happened to be the executive director. Brian has blown my mind ever since with dance, music, poetry, everything. So mixing disciplines, mixing professions, and of mixed race, Brian J. Evans unpacks the moments of suspension that reside in the spaces between spaces, convinced that connections exist between us all. And it is the responsibility of the arts to remind us to be holistically human, lest we forget. Brian, what are 3 things people should know about you?
I love you. I hope the art that we present today helps in some way, shape, or form. I know it's going to help me, so I hope it helps you. And, you know, I think the world's going through a whole lot of things. And so I think finding a way to connect back to ourselves and our bodies, either through art or through other people, is where at least I'm going to try to put my energy. And I invite as many people to come along with me. P.S. I love my mom. She's great. Her name's Carrie Evans. And if you see her, you should give her a social distance hug.
That's what's up. I love it because you talk about culture, courageous vulnerability, and intentionality. Intentional equity keeps him aloft as he finds ways to give back and add to the communities, mentors, and ancestors who blaze trails and continue to do so. Now, just hearing what these two wonderful people are about just makes me bubble all up inside. I feel like it ain't nothing but fire right now, right? So the rules of the game is they're gonna do some dope shit. We're gonna have a dope conversation. We're gonna have some fun, and we want you to be a part of that. So join in. I want to say thank you right now on the top of the show to my co-producer Michael B. Main. Pop in, Michael. Let the folks see. Yeah, Michael B. Main is on the ones and twos, sporting the Sharon Arami Williams cap. Yeah, we doing it. We doing it. So Michael's gonna be handling everything behind the scenes. Thank you, Michael. We appreciate you. And we're about to kick this off. So, Arami,
Yes.
show us something. Share with us something beautiful. We appreciate you. Do the damn thing, girl.
All right. This first song is called Breathe. I released this one in February. I am learning how to breathe. I am learning how to breathe. The moment I came to this world, I knew that my breath was all I needed. Was all I needed. I'm tired of searching for love. I'm tired of obsessing over my own delusions, my own illusions. I just wanna breathe. Just wanna breathe. Breathe into the lungs of life. Breathe into my soul. Breathe until the pain subsides. Breathe until I'm whole. Let the love flow into your soul. Let the love flow into your soul. Let the love flow into your soul. Yeah, yeah. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm blessed. I've been walking around with an S on my chest, wondering what's next. My poetry complex. Maybe I should simplify. Probably need to unify through space and time so I can find the reason why I was chosen to revive. A generation born into a simulation. Take a vacation from your screen so you can finally have a dream. Take a walk with me, nature self-esteem. Man, I just want to breathe. Let the love flow into your soul. Let the love flow into your soul. Let the love flow into your soul. Hey, hey, breathe. Just wanna breathe.
Woo! Yo! Oh! Okay, y'all, we're gonna end this broadcast right now because you done got everything you deserve already. You know what I'm saying? Woo! We got snaps coming in. Woo! Yo! So amazing. Woo! Nina just said her voice is gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Oh man.
Wow.
Okay, Arami. You just rocked my mind because I didn't know that you was a freestylist. I didn't know you had bars.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
we
know
can freestyle.
I knew
we can freestyle. Yeah, no, I love to freestyle.
Woo! I know you mentioned it, but yo, yes.
Do you?
No. I'm good.
Oh, we're gonna do into this for sure.
We'll do freestyle later. We can't hit them with that right now. Yeah, not now.
We gotta stick around for that one.
I got to think about it. But breathe, man. What an important message right now. Brian, how are you feeling about this one?
You know, the idea of like having a soul that needs love and recognizing that love is the thing that speaks to it, you know, like a love language or, you know, how you can hold compassion with yourself. I don't know. And plus it's like you get the like, you're too good face from me. Like that's the kind of, I mean, it's like, you know, when you run up against artistry that sort of like you can't help but just like fall into yourself a little bit deeper, a little bit more. I think that's what I appreciate about Arami so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Arami, how did you come up with the concept for that particular track?
I mean, I feel like for me, everything that we do as artists, but even as people, it all centers around the breath, you know, no matter what, and just being able to tune into breathing. But for me, the song is also about overcoming these illusions because I think artists because we have this imagination, we have this capacity to build these really fantastic ideas of people and like live in a world with this idea of the person. And so it's also about breathing through these, you know, illusions that we create either through technology or through our own imagination about people. So that's, you know, that's what that kind of says to me. But ultimately the hook is let the love flow into your soul, you know, which is sometimes the hardest thing to do. You know?
Awesome. Well, thank you for breathing. And my voice coach Rosie said fabulous. So Rosie's in the building. All right, Mr. Brian, go ahead and blow our minds. Oh, your audio. You're on mute.
There we go. I got this quick little short spoken word poem that I wrote after Charlottesville, and I was sitting in a parking lot, and it was raining, and I was listening to the news, and I was trying to figure out like what is my response? What is my response to hatred, to my existence, my very existence for some people requires them to act the way that they do, either through training or through their upbringing or just not knowing who I am and who and what I represent, and all the people that, you know, when they look at me and they see, that's my partner, Carrie. And so I wrote this poem called Shine as a response to that. And again, I grew up, my professional career was in Minneapolis, so to see it burn yesterday night was very disheartening to me. So I'm sending this out to George Floyd's family, to anyone who needs it. Again, please take what you need and leave the rest behind. This is called Shine. I'll keep my light on for you. And I'm not talking like in the metaphorical abstract. I mean, I will literally keep my light on for you. Because it's dark outside. And yeah, that one is a metaphor or meta for the state of affairs I find myself, that of keeping my light on for you. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because you deserve it. And I might be some kind of selfish because I deserve it too, keeping my light on. But you see, it's a win-win because my light can only be kept on for you. I mean, that's the saying. I'll keep my light on for you. I mean, the saying is not, I'll keep my light on for me, or I'll keep my light on for mine, or just some folk. No. I have to keep my light on for you. And I want to. I want to because, and I know this might be a little bit forward. I know we just met and all, you being a digital audience, and we're all super social distancing right now and trying to shake some shit up. But I want to because I love you. I love you, and that is what keeping my light on is for me. I mean for you. I mean, that's what keeping my light. I keep my light. You know what? I'm just gonna keep my light on for you, and maybe it can light up the outside and make it just a little less dark. Thank you.
Yes. So beautiful. I love that poem.
Wow. Go ahead, Arami. What's hitting you on that one?
So I met Brian. We were sharing a stage, and so the first time we met, I performed music, and he performed. And so just to hear Brian doing spoken word reminded me of the power of spoken word. And I have been so deep into writing music and writing to my words that I forgot that just the word itself is so powerful, and his delivery is so moving, and his vulnerability and emotions and expression is just, I think, really what, the change that we need to see in how men express themselves.
Yeah. Michael, get in here real quick. What did that piece say to you?
Oh man, you put me on the spot. All right. For me, what does that piece say to me? I think it says, for one, that it's okay. That it's okay to be vulnerable. That not only is it okay, that it's necessary. And I know for me, when I see, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, but when I see Black people, especially Black men, I yearn for the ability to connect in very deep and meaningful and real ways. And whenever we talk, I want to be able to talk about all the things, inside and out. And for me, when I hear an experience work like this, it centers me in a world that I want to exist in, rather than a world that I just do exist in. And so I appreciate you. I appreciate you doing that, and I appreciate the space. And I think that it's important for me to see and experience this kind of work. And I also think, and I can't speak for everybody else, but I think it's important for other people to see this happening too. So.
Thank you, Michael, for letting me put you on the spot real quick. And Nina Yarbrough said it felt like a love letter to all of us. And, I really do feel that. And I don't know. If everybody could just say, let your light shine. Just let your light shine, let your light shine, let your light shine.
And I love you too.
I love you too, Michael.
But yeah, it broke open my heart, and
Yeah.
and to hear it from you specifically, who in society, the world tries to silence, and all of us, and it just meant the world. We got some snap, and ooh, how beautiful, true, and right into the heart. Sandra Briley said, "You are a light." My sister is clapping all the way in North Carolina. My friend Sent is saying snaps, and Marissa is saying, "Dang, so timely." So thank you for sharing that with us. All right, Arami, what you got for us?
Wow, this is like an emotional roller coaster.
Right?
I'm gonna have to do a spoken word about it this night. Okay, all right. This next one's called Home. I come with all my heart. I count the door. I count days that I've been broken. Ride them by the day. I sing the mountains and echo. I cry by my side. I know one day soon now. Staring at the sky, the clouds like cotton candy. Wish upon a star that I can't see. The city lights blind us it's good enough for them. But be who you want to be, who you want to be, who you want to be. Man, I'm still writing that one, but I wanted to kind of like try it out. It's still very much so amorphous, as you can see, but yeah, I just felt called to play that one.
I love it. What y'all think out there in virtual world? I got Sandra Briley said, "Love that wishing on a star that I can't see."
Yeah.
Brian, what are your? Sandra says fabulous as well. Rosie says power.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
yo, I think you have something special on your hands. I can't believe it's not even done yet.
No, I've got some time.
Damon says moving. What do you think, Brian? What's on top of mind?
I like that mantra, right? That be who you want to be. When, you know, how often we don't really know what that is, and we're told quite a bit of what it's supposed to be, and to keep on reminding yourself of like, what is who is me? Who is me? Like how often like we're asked the question like, what do you do? What are you? As opposed to who are you? Who do you want to be? So again, like I think that mantra of being who you want to be, and then you have to yell it. You have to yell it just so you can like remember it. Remember, I'm supposed to be who I want to be.
I was like, ooh, you know.
Yeah, I mean, especially during this
wait, I caught myself off guard. So, like, what
I was like, is she started laughing? She started laughing. Cynthia says, love her voice, so soulful. Eve said, thank you for sharing. Nina said, seeing happy Black women is a treat, could feel your joy. And I'm just gonna say, you spoke to me because like being home, and when I walk my dog now, when I go outside right now and trying to figure out my relationship with nature and trying to figure out like trying not to think so hard, but wondering the type of person I'm going to be in the next few months is like really hitting. That's why it hit me so hard on this one. Like I'm trying to figure all of that out and my relationships with myself and nature. And so thank you. Brian, what you got for us?
I got another song called Yoke. And I think it also might be in this vein of like trying to figure out who you are. It's one of the fastest songs I've ever written. I wrote it in like less than a week. There was a lot of things on my mind. My brother, who is in the armed services, it's actually his birthday today. So shout out to my brother, Marcus, and his struggles with being in the armed services and now suffering from a medical discharge and how that works in his mind. Long distance relationships. My family is back in Minnesota, and so it's hard to have them here with me. And I think vice versa. And again, in the current environment, this idea of like coming back to myself, like the who that I want to be, and how hard that is currently to do. So the song is called Yoke, spelled Y-O-K-E. And I hope you enjoy it. Would you like a metaphor? Just spell it out. Put a frame around so we can talk about it. Does that make it easier now? Come to think of it, would an egg suffice? Hardened exterior within potential life. Just make sure you watch where you step, because I'm fragile. And I'm also pissed. So what came first? Do we have to choose? Knowing the answer makes both of us lose. 'Cause I made, we don't have to be scared, because it's right. So come home, 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 oh. I wrote you a letter because I thought that that'd be better, whether it was somehow settled never from my forever. However, with this endeavor, whomever told you it was somehow clever to bet against a bet, it's at the back to a time that's open. We spoken ways, unspoken, no token conversations. We woken, heartbroken, soaked in each other. My brother from another, wanna smother you like a foster child, grandmother to discover what it's like to feel that unconditional feel, while shaking away and breaking the taking and making you still wounds in the dust. It's too much, I'm crushed, and I'm feeling fucking lush to discuss this out to your approval.
What? Oh my God!
Which was cause for the removal, but I'm better now. So come home. 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 Oh, come home. Come home. Come home. Come home. Come home.
Wow.
Ah,
Like, come on. Like, who's even making art like that? Like, you know what I mean? It's it's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's an absolute honor. Absolute honor. No, like we
I mean,
Hey, buddy.
we start laughing before the song ends. It's a wrap. Like, what is it?
yo, oh, I'm all over the. I don't, Michael. You got
I
something?
don't know. Useless, yo. Like, where do they do
I
that?
do have something, Sharon.
Okay. Woo. I ain't got no more water. Come on, man.
I know.
I don't know
Bread.
that I have words. I remember the first time. I think I was in 3rd grade, and I was at some show, at like a show where people were performing, singing and dancing and everything. And there was somebody that got on stage and sang, and that was the first time I ever cried because I heard a voice so beautiful. And that's only happened a couple times in my life since then. And that I'm glad I get to hide most of this show, because that happened twice already here. And it's
Wow.
almost hard for me to get past the voices that I'm hearing to actually listen to the words and the lyrics that you're saying, because there's so much passion. And to see so much passion embodied and expressed is so beautiful. And it's something I was reflecting on the other day. Was I noticed there was a group of white folks that were doing big body movements, like wide open arms and things like that. And I thought, I never do that. It doesn't really feel safe for me to just have my arms and limbs extended. And to be able to experience how you're embodying all this passion and putting all this into your work and sharing that and being vulnerable is just one of those things I really appreciate it. It's a beautiful thing. And I can definitely relate to the come home. Definitely relate to that. So I don't really have much to say. I'm not a critic. All I know is that I'm feeling some things that I almost never feel when I listen to music or experience art. And to me, the one of the most powerful things about art is being able to encourage and invite people to think and to feel. And you're putting me in touch with my own feelings on things that I'm just not spending enough time thinking about. So thank you. Yeah. And that's for both of you.
Man. Thank you. Marissa wanted to know, is this song going to be somewhere soon? What's the plan?
Yeah, actually, so this song I've put into Lopsided, which is the series that CD Forum for Arts and Ideas is sponsoring. It was a one-person show that I did back in Minneapolis, and because of the health concerns surrounding COVID, Sharon actually recommended and suggested, empowered me to put it into a digital platform. So one of the songs that I've inserted into this newer version is going to be Yoke. So we're sort of tinkering on when that might drop. The hope is that each video, there's going to be 12 of them. Each video will stand on its own, but could be seen in a series So it could be seen as an evening length work or each video. So, you know, come June-ish, it might be somewhere. And I hope that CD Forum lets you all know where that somewhere might be.
We will definitely do that. And people can also stay in touch with Brian on Brian's website, Brian J. Evans. And Brian is starting to slowly get into social media.
Very slowly.
Very
Yes.
slowly. So you can reach out on Facebook, and he's kind of sort of on Instagram. I
have one cat post.
That's it.
About it, sort of.
But definitely CD Forum. We will definitely, and I will definitely spread the word. But okay. Sometimes you just have to breathe.
Hey, you know what we could do though?
What's up?
We about 43 minutes in. Why don't we do the freestyle right now? Since everybody, I feel like, has energy and thoughts. How do you guys feel about that?
Yo, she's so killing me with this freestyle. But Michael, you getting in here, bruh. For real.
Michael, you're getting everybody in here that works.
Let's go. We about to. I want to apologize ahead of time for whatever comes out of my mouth and how bad it sounds. As you can see, I am being pressured on my own production.
You getting shook up? You getting shook up?
I'm getting
up. You shake shit up.
Woo! All right.
Are we gonna get it popping? Ready?
Yeah.
All right, hold up. Let me get the beat going. This is gonna be on the album, so just let you know.
Oh.
Because of you. You are because of me. So I am because of you. We shaking shit up, and we're gonna get real fun. We're gonna sing the songs, and the day's just begun. It's 6 p.m. We barely got out of bed, but now all the words are flowing through our head, and I'm ready to spread my joy. I'm ready to because they called me angry for so long. A new song where people are living their life, living their best life, like.
Shaking, yeah.
Shaking.
Yeah, I can't even. Shaking. Shaking it up, sharing, yeah.
Turn it up.
Shake it up.
Yeah. Turn it up. Turn it up. Turn it up.
You got it.
All right, I'm about to drop this knowledge that I ain't dropped before. It's going to be right here on the Commodore. I'm putting shit up in a brand new way. You better have our voices and our own say. We gonna rock the mic. We gonna rock the stage. We gonna rock your mind in the pleasant way. So don't forget about the past and don't forget about the present, the future, y'all. This shit is taking up heaven.
Hey! Shaking it up. Shaking it up. Shaking it up. Yeah. Shaking it up.
Voices coming together to sing a new song, a new praise. I just want to find a way to connect with you, and everybody else virtually, because we gonna make community no matter what. It's in our souls, and we gotta keep going and keep flowing. I'll never know what's coming next, but I'm knowing that we're blessed. Shout out to Agent M on the beat.
Agent M on the beat.
Yeah.
Agent M on the beat.
Michael, you ain't getting off that easy.
Hey, we got 1 minute left.
I saw him banging on that.
Michael. Let's do it.
Okay, how about our background dance? All right. Go ahead and bust the flows. I'll dance. Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
All right, Brian, get the flow.
Get the flow, Brian.
I'm getting the flow.
You got it? Yeah.
Sending all my love out to Minneapolis. Sending all my love. You wanna hear me now? I got the top of this list of my love. Sending it out to my artist in the left. Sending it out to my artist on my right. Sending it out. Sending it out tonight.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, get that, Michael. Come on, Michael.
Did you do the couplet? Did you do the couplet? Good job.
Yo, you never know what's gonna happen.
You never know what's gonna happen.
I dang sure didn't expect this to happen tonight.
Hey.
Oh man.
I'm saying.
Made the new theme song for Take Your Shit Up. Gotta be dropping soon. You know what I'm saying, son? You know what I'm saying? With the background dancer Michael B. Main. Woo!
I mean, I think he should always be dancing in the back. Like, he should always be dancing.
We got
a track by that same producer if you guys want to hear it.
Yes, hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first beat was by Deli, and that last beat and this next beat are by a producer named Agent M. So shout out to them. And yeah, I'm gonna do the next song. It's called Aquarius.
Cool.
And this is out on all platforms. You could. I'm Arami Walker on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Instagram, all that jazz.
Awesome.
Cool.
Blow our minds. Here we go.
Hey, hey. Love is like the ocean and she wipes away my tears. Through the pain we take our steps so we can persevere. I feel it in my heart and soul. I know our time is near. Love is like the ocean and she wipes away my fears. But how can I love anyone else before I love myself? How can I love anyone else? How can I love anyone else before I love myself? How can I love anyone else? Walking in your footsteps, I see symbols in the sand. Grab a pen and paper, let your words flow through my hands. I feel it in my heart, and so we reach the promised land. Everything you are has made me everything I am. But how can I love anyone else before I love myself? How can I love anyone else? How can I love anyone else before I love myself? How can I love anyone else? Catalyze, catharsis in my body, mind, and soul. Never know what's coming, so you got to let it go to the whole of the flow of eternity. Just wait and see, just wait and see. Be like water and go with the flow, with the flow. I'm a template for a temple, not simple, complex, grab a pencil. No stencil, freehand instrumental. No sample, freestyle, you just ramble. Get trampled, stampede in the landfill. Don't gamble, what's hot like the mantle. Get canceled, won't change for the man, no. I am who I am, so. But how can I love anybody else before I love myself? But how can I love anybody else before I love myself? I will always go with the flow. I'll always take it real. I'll always take it real slow.
that face again.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
So that's the first. That's the first track of the album.
Wow.
You know, it's a starting point. You know, you got to start there.
Wow. Wow. How have you been able to? I mean, you are saying some things that people are fighting to tell themselves every day.
Yeah.
I'm
fighting to tell myself every day. You know, like I got like a sticker on my mirror, and I got like a laminated sheet of affirmations in my shower. Just you constantly, I literally in my shower, like you are worthy of love. You know, like so often, you know, the images of what we've been told to be and how we've been told to perform our identities, and whatever identity you hold. You know, whether it's you know, whatever it is, you know, and every single one of those comes with like a weight and a history, and yeah.
wow.
And as an artist, like you have to put yourself out there. You have to put your words, how you feel, your image, your everything, you know. And I don't think people understand like the energy and the work that takes. But you know, I mean, even just last night after shooting all day, it's like it's fun and you're stoked and you're like, yes. But then like there's these drop down, there's the low points, and where you're thinking like, do people understand me, like, or do you feel people making judgments or whatever, you know, about what it is you have to say. And yeah, it's just a reminder, you know. And also just to remind, it's just that first lesson I learned as a woman, like, you know, like trying to love someone who doesn't love you, just or isn't ready to receive that love, you know, it's a waste. It's a lesson, but you know, it can become a cycle of trauma really quick, you know.
Hey, Michael. Hey, Brian's mom. Thank you.
Digital hug, right?
Thank you
Social
so much
distance, that hug.
for joining us. Love. Marissa has said that. I think Marissa said, "Isn't our art shields and swords to fight those battles?"
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. When media is telling you to hate yourself, you know, to love yourself is in itself an empowerment, is in itself like this revolutionary thought. You know, who taught you to hate yourself? Type of vibe. You know.
Right. But I think that's also why it's so exhausting, right? Because every time you pick up your art, why does it have to be a battle? And I think that's like yesterday I had one of those moments again after we shot that video and in the song is I Can't Breathe, and it just hit me so like a ton of bricks. And then it was like, so what? I can't turn to my art anymore now at this moment because my art is about the pain that I'm trying to process through, the grief I'm trying to process through. And there's no more room in the art for me to feel good about it. And that's why it's so exhausting. It's like, in many ways, I don't want to make art about that pain and trauma, but I have to. And then the hope is that by sharing it, it can like help other people get through that work. Because like Michael, you said, you know, it's vulnerable and risky to feel those feelings, especially in a society that would rather you not feel them, and just be okay, just be fine, just be good, you know. And that's tough, and I feel lucky as an artist because that's what I do. I like engage in those feelings all the time, and I'm still like exhausted all the time. So I can't even imagine someone who doesn't have access or resources to write a song or paint a picture or think about their art, or think about their life in a creative way. I know, so like my mom, she's a nurse. She is so creative, but I don't know if she would say that she's an artist, but I think she's an artist. And I think you find artistry in anything that you do. Anything.
Yeah, it's funny because the interesting part for me right now is that today I went and saw my therapist for an emergency appointment because I had a breakdown this week. And one of the things that she told me to do, and I was like, it's not like I'm losing. I'm creating things, right? But I'm not writing. I'm creating spaces and doing things. And she was like, okay, so I need you to write. She's like, I need you to try to write, because she knows that creating art is my happy place. And in order for me to stay happy, and she told me this years ago, that when I talk about art, I start to smile, and in a different kind of way. So for her to remind me of that, and that's what therapy is, right? For them to remind you what's already in you. And that's what we also hope that we do with our work, right? Is that we remind people that they're not alone. We remind people that I am human. I've been through this. It's okay. I don't have a perfect playbook on how to handle it, but you can handle it. So thank you both. Wow, this is just, I'm getting everything out of this show. I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting everything out of this.
Yeah, I feel like so much, a lot of my work too, like I feel like I want to create a space for people to feel these feelings. And I think art is a happy place. It can be a sad place. It's a healing place, but you know, it's not just one place. And unless you go into one particular emotion and you make that, you know, your creating point, I think what's been healthy for me is to create out of happiness, out of sadness, out of pain, out of resilience, out of motivation, just to give yourself. But at the end of the day, if you've been expressing through movement and sound all day, you just are so emotionally exhausted in a way that I think a lot of non-artists don't understand the work that how we work, and what we talk about, you know. But I'm really interested in starting a new generation of artists that have mental health, that have access to resources, that think about how am I feeling post show, after show, before tour, after tour. We need to create that protection for each other because no one else understands, you know, like it's a different reality of really high performance moments. So, you know, we got to support each other and make each other feel loved. You know?
Awesome. So, ooh, man, this is like fried chicken straight out the grease. I don't know. So we're hitting the 7 o'clock mark. Do y'all have anything left? That's my question that you want to share.
Brian, what are you thinking?
Anything left?
You have something else for us?
Or like another song?
Yeah, another song, another poem.
I do have a song. It's kind of long though.
Okay.
So I can do.
Don't nobody care that it's long.
Nobody cares. Okay.
I
can do one more. No, I'm gonna go.
Do you care that it's long, Arami? You good?
I don't care. You can do a saga. I'm just gonna post up.
All right. Well.
And Arami, do you have something that you want to present after this?
I have a spoken word. My first spoken word that I wrote. I think I haven't performed in like years, so I would be happy to do that. Can you still see me while I'm on this page? Can you still see me right now?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then I'll do one more after this.
Cool.
Awesome. There it is.
So,
well, great, because this next song or this last song for me is called Right Now, and it's really all female identified folk. You can just take a break. This one is hopefully you don't have to do any emotional work for this one, because this one is specifically for self-identified men out there. For me, I wrote it trying to figure out what my job was within the Me Too movement. And as someone who is in another marginalized group, being mixed race, it's very exhausting to continue to convince people that there's a problem and an issue that maybe needs to be talked about, and maybe there's systemic issues or systemic systems that we need to address in terms of oppression and equality and equity, inclusion, and access. And that's exhausting. So I find that, you know, the call for those who are in power or embodied with power, as a man and the privilege that I have, especially in the dance world, what can I do? And it seems as though it's about starting conversations with other self-identified men, and trying to help be a part of the problem, not just step aside and let women lead, which they certainly should, but in addition to that, in a parallel track, to do the work ourselves. So this is specific to self-identified men. If you're sitting with someone that is female identified, don't turn to them afterwards and ask them about the song. You should just, you know, sit with your feelings and maybe think, I don't know, what you could do right now. Well, it's a high time that we start to figure this out. And you know, gentlemen, what I am talking about. I'm talking about the culture that permits us to touch you first without a consent and validate a life. And what's worse is the thinking that we're doing her a favor, like we're the ice cream and she needs all the flavors. First and foremost, that's a gross misdemeanor crime. Like every time I scream and every time, cause check it, you don't think that I'm a mocha flavored brother, but I'm fortified by social justice and a single mother, and I resent the sentiment to dominate, babe. Training my boys to be cool and not considerate. And if you're someone who would like us to perpetuate, then unapologetically I'm gonna have to say that I hate you so much right now. 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 But what's the alternative? I can hear you say it. How about we start with some equity and equal payment? But who's the strong one in the relationship? I'm pretty sure that it's alright that people take some shits, but change is hard. And you know, boys will be boys. Yeah, it's hard to teach that women are not sex toys. Yeah, that's okay, you know, if like both of us are super wasted. No, incoherence is never what it should be placed with. But in the Bible, God said women should obey. Yeah, check the New Testament. Some guy said there's a better way. But isn't it a compliment when women get hit on? Compliments might be fine. Might be. But the hitting? Are you kidding? See, because as I boarded the bus today, I saw a woman in gray. Not what she was wearing, but I swear in the moment that I caught the black and blue that hid behind eyes and looked straight through and drew all the color out the world, I knew. Someone like me did that to you. And I know this is an assumptive proclamation, and forgive my overreaching, but without hesitation, let me say that almost every woman I know has this on their conscience. So let's not be fooled by this 1 out of 3 nonsense. So what are we really saying with this 33.33 repeating? Like somehow that's an acceptable abstracted percentage of beatings? Why in the hell is that the statistic? Seems to me we should be counting up all the assaulters. Oh, I'm sorry, the gentleman who witnessed it. Because there's nothing gentle about gentlemen whose genitals are making the plans. Overcompensating for a society telling us to be the man. You feeling froggy? Go ahead and leap. Sheep, bleeding, all this competing, which is actually pleading for an alternative meaning to this insanity. You want to beat the shit out of someone? Beat the shit out of Mr. Toxic Masculinity, because he needs a lesson in civility, humility, sensitivity, responsibility, positivity, inclusivity, accountability, serenity, solemnity, and sincerity. Now, admittedly, we got work to do, because words are just placeholders for steps and actions we must take. But make no mistake, I got a list. Item 8,752. Just put the fucking seat down, fellas. The list goes on and on, and the messed up thing about it is we all sing along like there's no way around it. We fall and pray in the belief that it should be this way. And if you don't see nothing wrong, then here's a countdown from 3. I find it hard to believe that the definition of man includes the word deceive. These stories we've been said just so we can stay ahead brings my pencil lead and steps at the top of this letterhead to read to all future daughters and sons and those between. Honoring what's different is a change to be seen to. I hate, not very often with exception to, this victim culture that we all subscribe to. Yeah, let's prepare every woman for the inevitable. It's in our nature, can't be helped. We're despicable. I disagree. I think behavior can be altered. Being held accountable, especially when we falter. One, I hate you so much I'm in the mirror now, because it's taken so long to write this disavow. Will I ever be human enough to be a friend when a friend of mine does something sexist and call him in? It's not enough to hope for change. We need to start the how. So let me start with I love you so much right now. Right now is the time. It's the Me Too movement, and it's the hatred of ourselves that needs the improvement. I'm suggesting we lessen aggression, promote a mode of expression, teach them about empathic connection, and this we define masculinity. Let's make them proud, and keep in mind that I love you so much right now is the time. Right now is the time. I love you so much right now is the time. Right now is the time. I love you so much right now. Right now is the time. I love you so much right now. Right now is the time. I love you so much right now. Right now. Right now. Right now, right now, right now is the time. Right now is the time. I love you so much. Right now is the time. I love you so much. Right now. Right now is the time I love you.
Yes.
Whew.
It's so beautiful, like your ability to take the listener on these journeys, like to different places in time, and to really just so softly and forcefully address something, and taking responsibility is just it's really powerful.
Michael?
I love this piece. When Sharon put the comment in that said you're going to be the first voice that we have this piece, I had to consciously just stop thinking, because I wanted to be able to sound intelligent right afterwards. The things that, but I was like, no, I'm going to enjoy this piece, and this is, I've heard the first time I heard this piece, I remember I walked away and thought, this is the kind of stuff that I want to see more of, that I think, and as a man, because there was a time where I wanted to reject my gender identity because I didn't want to identify with what I was told masculinity was, and And I thought about that and wrestled with it. And then I kept coming back to that I just couldn't, because I feel comfortable in who I am. And because of the privilege that I have as a man and as a self-identified man, I do feel like it's my responsibility to do my own work, and to be able to speak about the things that I'm experiencing and seeing, and and seeing you do this in public and in private. It's so, I just think it's so incredibly crucial and so incredibly powerful, because the images, and I'm somebody who studies media all the time, because I think media is, in various forms of media, whether we call it art, photography, illustration, music, whatever, everything that we produce is going to affect the way somebody perceives something, whether it's an environment, a person, a personality, a race, gender identity, expression, sexuality, whatever. And so I try to be extremely conscious of how I do everything, the entire process, and not just what I produce, so that whatever that end result is, at the very least, causes as little harm as possible. Um, and I feel so incredibly fortunate that I have two parents complete with problems and complete with like not being perfect, who taught me and just trained me to believe that everybody has value, and I can learn something from everybody, every person, no matter who they are, what they do, how good looking they are, how athletic they are, smart they are, whatever set of things we use to judge people. It's important for me to take each person as their own person. And when I see, and growing up in a culture where I love music and I listen to a lot of music, and I'm constantly thinking, wow, I love the way this sounds. I wish that it was it's less violent, more loving, more honest, more real. And I'd almost given up hope on a current generation of music. And then I saw you perform this piece the first time, probably about a year ago or so, and I was like, okay, okay, yeah, okay, okay. And I don't say this, yeah, it's kind of hard. It's difficult for me to talk about this right now, because I feel like in saying anything and agreeing with you, it could appear as though I'm saying this to look like one of the good ones, and I struggle with that. I hate that. I hate that so much, because I think that anything that takes away from the actual message, the actual healing that needs to happen, and the action that we all need to take. And when I say we all, I'm talking about the self-identified men that we need to take to make this world a better place for all of us. Um, we're not doing anybody any favors by pretending to be by pretending to identify with toxic masculinity as the only form of masculinity. And I don't want to preach. I don't want to go on forever, but but this is stuff that's coming up for me from my heart. I have a couple of images here.
Okay.
That I want to show, and not and these are the people that we deny a chance to be their whole person, their whole selves, because of the stuff that we put people through and put ourselves through. And it doesn't stop here, because every time that we hurt somebody, we're hurting ourselves as well. And so, yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. It's real. I think we need more of that. And I couldn't appreciate what you're doing any more than I do. So, yeah, and I'm done. I'm done.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Brian. Arami, I pass it on to you, my dear.
Okay, I'm down to do one more. Are we okay on time?
Yeah, we're good. Go ahead. We got you.
We're good?
Yes.
I just want to say thank you so much for hosting all this. Like, this is such a powerful experience, and I really hope that these words are heard, and the feeling and intention of moving forward is heard. So this is called My Moon Heart. And because of you, you are the one. I'm the wind to move, you are the sun. When the spring comes, I'll be the flower that blooms. I'll be the scent of the roses too. I am because of you. You are because of me too. I am because of you. You are because of me too. Hold me in your arms, I wanna stay. Awaken from my dream, don't run away. Oh, 'cause real love, baby, it comes with time. And I really hope you'll be fine. I am because of you. You are because of me. So I am because of you. You are because of me. So the centerpiece, a piece, a masterpiece design. Searching for sincerity, a truth amongst the lies. I create reality, the power of my mind. In between the yin and yang, a balance we will find. I am to know my mother taught me how to love. Oh, my father taught me how to speak. Oh, my mother taught me to live while I'm alive. Oh, my father, he taught me how to survive. Thank you.
Woo!
Give it to her, Brian. Give it to her.
It's too good.
I mean,
Mm-mm.
I'm turning the amp off now.
So good. I am because of you. I mean, that's straight up like Ubuntu. Yeah, I am because we are, man. I mean, that's it. So simple. I am because we are. We are because I am. You know, it's like that's what's so frustrating. It's like it feels so simple, and yet why haven't we just done it? You know,
exactly. We make things much harder than it has to.
So hard.
Wow. Yo, you did it again. I mean, I just want to say, oh, wait a minute. I got somebody saying it for me. Thank you, Arami. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Michael. And thank you, Sharon. What an emotional journey tonight. Thank you, Sandra. Yeah. To everyone, thank you. I mean, and putting this evening together, when Arami popped in my head, and then she mentioned that Brian and her had collaborated, and I wanted a guy on, and it all came together. And Brian said yes, and Brian is working on a million things right now. I'm trying to finish his master's program, and is getting ready to move to become a tenured track professor at Bates College, and he said yes to this show. And Arami is in the middle of constantly putting out content and work around her art and helping people become calm and one with themselves and one with their energy. And for all of you, and Michael is doing a million things. And we spend so much time together lately, so much time. And it's just, I am deeply humbled by you as people and you as individuals, and am just honored to have had this opportunity to spend time with you. And so, yes, everyone, please reach out to these artists via Instagram, Arami Walker, AramiWalkerMusic.com, BrianJEvans.com, .org. Brian's also on Facebook. You can also watch out for Brian on cdforum.org and anything CD Forum, and Michael as well, Michael B. Main across the board, to connect with Michael. And Marissa says, you are all amazing. Thank you for sharing your light. And please, everyone, if you have an opportunity, please donate to these artists via their Venmo accounts. You can donate to Arami at Arami Walker. Please sow into their art, sow into their soul. They didn't perform tonight for funds. They performed tonight because they wanted to share their words and their inspiration with you. Brian Evans 29 at Venmo. Please do so. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The next Shakin Shit Up will be July 18th, a part of Michael's program. We out here. I have no clue who the guests are, so don't do that. And just to take us out, my cousin Kim said to me the last time after I did the show, like, why don't you end with a specific question? And so my question is, for all of you, including you, Michael, what is your dream?
Are we ending with the question, or are we answering the question?
You're answering the question.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, the tricky thing with dreams is that, when you talk about them as a dream, I think it makes it real far away or something that's fanciful. And the reason I think that I'm in the arts, again, one, I think we're all artists. We just have to find what that vein looks like. Being creative in a garage, being creative in a cubicle, being creative anywhere that you can be, as a parent, as a brother, as a sister, as a cousin. It's all there for us. And I think what art really does is it reminds us that it's there. I used to think that art built bridges, but not too long ago, I was like, art doesn't build bridges. The bridges are already there. Art is just the thing that gets the shit out of the way, blows it up, deconstructs it, makes it invisible, gently, sometimes violently pushes it aside. And in that moment, because we're, all coming from different walks of life, I can't even really see who are writing these comments, but I hope that we're closer and we're family now in a way that maybe we wouldn't have been beforehand. And it's instantaneous. So I don't think it's a dream as much as it is, again, like a mantra, Arami, just this constant reminder of we can love ourselves, we can love each other. And I guess if I were to frame it as a dream, it would be that, like, when I'm not here anymore, somehow my contribution to that fight for love enables and empowers other people to not have to work so hard to get there. Because, like you said, Arami, it's hard work, but it's worth it. And it's hard, especially in these times, that it's just right in your face all the time. And it feels like all the work that you had put in maybe didn't pay off the way that you wanted it to. And so, yeah, I hope it's not a dream. I hope it's a reality. And I have seen it as a reality. So I'm just going to keep, leapfrogging from those realities as best I can, and try to bring as many people along with me as possible. And I want to thank you, Sharon, Michael, and again, powerful women creating space, doing the work, being on the front lines, and making this happen. The world would not function without you all in it. So thank you very, 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 very
much. For me, thank you, Brian, for just expressing Michael and Sharon, everybody here. I think it's such a special, coming together of energy and people. For me, my dreams are to perform music and to, write things and I love education. I want to have a successful, loving partnership. I want to tour the world with music. I want to do ecological projects and sustainability projects. But honestly, it really feels like what Brian was saying. It's we do this. We're doing it. Even though it was hard to show up today. This is the dream. Whether I'm performing, I got more into the groove tonight, looking into your three faces than 7,000 or 10 or whatever. It's all about the vibe, and there's something really special about performing for your culture and your people. You know what I mean? To give back directly. There and a certain level of gratitude you get, and feeling. There's getting awards, getting a Grammy. Making $1 million off a song, whatever. There's that, but then there's having 3 incredible artists of color say yep, that's a vibe. For me, that is in a lot of ways more powerful and more uplifting than any sort of award I can get. Having other people in this genre and this culture validate my work and say this moved me. That's the dream, to motivate and to uplift and to inspire and to heal pain and to heal myself and to be the best I can be.
Thank you, Michael.
I'm curious. It feels so weird to answer so quickly after such deep reflections. And I also know that people are on the internet still here. So first of all, thank y'all for still being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm also curious what the dreams are of the people that are in attendance right now as well. So feel free to share your dreams in the chat so that we can see those and share those as well. But for me, quite literally, I guess I had to give 2 very brief answers. The first one is that literally I'm living my dream right now.
Yeah.
And I know I've said this before and I'll say it again. I used to wake up every morning and I would say, all I want to do is work on cool projects with cool people. That's all I want to do. I don't care what shape it takes, what form it takes. I just want to do cool stuff with cool people. and I never thought I would see the day where I was similar to what Arami is saying, is to be recognized amongst peers that I hold so much respect for as a fellow artist. And I appreciate that. And so I just hope to continue to dream, hope to continue to grow in my artistry and continue to be a person that is welcome in community like this, because this is you all are people that I have so much respect and admiration for. Never thought I'd be in the same room with you, let alone be creating stuff with you. Besides that, my other dream is I dream of a world in which everybody has the opportunity to dream and to be equipped with the tools and resources they need to realize those dreams.
Mm.
And I'll just keep it on the positive tip. Just that's what I want to see. That's what I'm working for and working towards. And every day that I get a chance to look at smiling faces like this, looking right back and knowing that there are younger people, older people, people that don't look like me, people that don't talk like me, sound like me, grew up in a culture like me, can still gain something and learn and grow and experience the kinds of things that we're working to produce, and hoping that that adds value and and just creates a world in which there's a little bit less pain, a little bit more love and love expression, and a little bit more happiness, so we can always be who we are, and not just want to be, but who we are, be fully realized versions of the people we already are. And Sharon, what's your dream?
I don't have any dreams.
Don't act like you're gonna try to get up out of here without saying something.
And why? Nah. Real simple. One of my biggest dreams is changing the world one story at a time. And and I often thought that was just through my stories. And tonight and last Shaking Shit Up and just looking back on everything is me helping, not only me telling my stories, but also helping others share their stories with the world. And I believe that we're all changing the world one story at a time. The way people came in to this show is not the same way that they're leaving. And that is all I need in life. So if I don't see another day, my work here is done. I've done what I wanted to do. But I have plenty more to give. Just universe, Lord, I have plenty more to give, but this helps me get one step closer to where I want to be. So I will appreciate all of you, everyone who's still with us. Please share these links from YouTube and Facebook. It will live there. Again, the next Shaking Shit Up is June 18th. I will send out information on that. Michael, thank you for being the best co-producer ever. Arami and Brian, thank you for being you. And thank you, everyone out there, for you could have been anywhere else in the world and you chose to be with us, and we appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And our voices, our messages. Until next time, do you. Peace and love.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.